What's up, App Nation? I'm Ashley Smith, and on this week's episode of the A-Game, we get a chance to catch you up on what's happening in Mountaineer sports.
Men's basketball game got a huge win against Texas State on Saturday, and the wrestling team just won the Southern Conference for the third consecutive year. It's going to be a good show because it's going to be exciting to talk about those things on today's show.
Yep, and we'll have Zach Lyon back on the show with us and your favorite Q&A game.
So let's get started. It's week 2 of the A-Game. Starts now.
It was Super Bowl Sunday this past week, and Sam Foltz and Zach Antrim got a chance to ask students their thoughts on the game.
They also got to talk to them about who they thought would win on this first Season 7 episode of Q and A-Game.
We went from a toasty 48 degrees to a very cold 19 degrees and snow today. How have you adjusted to the weather?
Obviously, I have not, because I walked out of my house wearing shorts this morning.
Lots of jackets. I've been going about 4 jackets a day. Right now I went light because, the sun's out.
I had the flu, so getting in the snow this morning with, right after the flu wasn't very fun.
You're not contagious anymore, are you?
No, I promise.
All right, good.
If I am, your mic, you should probably clean it.
That's a good idea.
It's honestly not that bad, but
I bundle up and run into the buildings.
So I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt under this, so it's like I'm not really smart. It's my 4th year here too, so it's like you would think I'd be doing a little bit better. I need to do better. Honestly, do better, Alan. Do better.
Actually, it kind of doubles as 2. There's another zipper right here, got another jacket, so always stay strapped, stay prepared.
Just to be clear, on the day that it's 19 degrees, we have 2.5 jackets. That's the count we're at.
Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. Can you tell me what 2 teams are playing?
The Eagles and the Patriots. Who do you have picked to win?
The Eagles.
The Eagles, I think they're going to be able to pull it out.
Hopefully the Eagles. I just don't want to see the Patriots win again.
I think the Eagles are going to win.
Eagles, for sure.
The Eagles.
probably the Patriots. It's Tom Brady.
I'm from Philly. Eagles all the way.
Eagles for sure. Eagles. Gotta believe in the underdogs.
Do you have any favorite snacks or Super Bowl traditions that you follow through?
Super Bowl tradition is being mad when Tom Brady wins.
I like dip, like spinach and artichoke dip.
I have my nails paved green and I haven't changed them since the playoffs, even though they're really bad, but that's about it.
Just lots of food. That's the first Super Bowl that I'll be vegetarian for, so it's tough. No chicken wings, yeah.
And I'm like some brownies with the little powdered sugar on them. Those are good. And then just watching the game.
You can't go wrong with brownies and football,
Right,
so there you go.
All right, so there you have it. According to students on Appalachian State University, Eagles over the Patriots 8-1 and who was going to win the game, and
They weren't wrong.
they weren't wrong at all. I picked the Patriots. Would have been 8-2 if I would have said anything, but there you go.
Yeah, I always like a good underdog, though.
Yeah, they certainly were underdogs throughout the whole playoffs and the season once Nick Foles came in, but he won the game, and there you have it. Eagles are the Super Bowl champions. Let's talk about somebody else that's also a champion, too. Let's go into wrestling, who won the Southern Conference for the third straight year after they faced against VMI in the final matches of the Southern Conference regular season. The Black and Gold had a high of 5 pins in the match, which is the most since the 2014 and 15 season. The 46-5 win over VMI put App State into first place all by themselves. A-Game reporter Garrett Wold was at Varsity Gym and has more from the mat.
Tonight, the Appalachian State Mountaineers met conference foe VMI at Varsity Gymnasium. With a packed house and military appreciation everywhere, the Mountaineers stepped on the gas and did not let up, going 4 consecutive pins for a final score of 46-5. Coach John Bentley and Randall Diabe both said they had their sights set next on this weekend against Chattanooga with a possible conference title in the making.
Yeah, we're facing Chattanooga at their place on Sunday. It'll be a hostile environment. They're undefeated in the conference as well, so it's going to be it's going to be a good match, and I'm really excited for the opportunity for our guys. I think we're going to be motivated and hungry and excited for a chance to compete for another championship. So
Chattanooga, that's always been our rival, so we know it's going to be a really tough match. But we just got to go out there and just bring our A game, just execute everything we've been taught in the room. Just go out there and wrestle hard for 7 minutes straight. Hopefully come out beating them and being one step closer to being our conference champion 3 years in a row. So.
Reporting for the A game and AppTV, I'm Garrett Wold.
The women's basketball team traveled to UT Arlington Thursday to start closing out the second half of Sunbelt play. The Mountaineers suffered a hard loss to the Mavericks 48-49. Guards Nicola Matthews and LaPrecia Stanley both scored 15 points for a game high. Bailey Plummer kept adding to her outstanding season of rebounds, grabbing 15 boards, playing all 40 minutes. Plummer also held the Mavericks' key paint player to only 4 points. What got the best of the Mountaineers, though, were the turnovers. UTA forced 23, leading to 25 points. Both teams struggled shooting in the first quarter, but it came down to the last minutes of the game to decide the outcome.
On Thursday evening, the Appalachian State men's basketball team took on Texas Arlington, where they took a loss of 89-77. Junior Ronshot Shabazz set the tone for the Mountaineers with a team high of 31 points with his pull-up jumper in the middle of the lane. He had a career-high tying 3 steals and 3 assists to go along with those points.
Senior Griffin Kinney also scored 13 points and had 8 rebounds.
Freshman Justin Forrest reached double figures for the 6th straight game with this layup on the left side of the basket, and he also ended the game with 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals.
The Mavericks started off the game with a lead of 7-2, but the Mountaineers quickly came back, scoring 37 more points in the first half, while UT Arlington scored 28 more points. This left the Black and Gold in the lead with a score of 39-35 going into the second half.
Throughout the second half, though, the two teams battled back and forth, but the Mavericks came out stronger with a 54-point against the Mountaineers' 38. The Mountaineers finished the game with a 40% shooting average and 81.3% on free throws.
Coming up on the A game, we've got the recaps from women's and men's basketball on Saturday, and we get to chat with Zach Lyon to give us his thoughts on the men's team. Coming up next.
Ballerina. Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. Now she's holding on for dear life.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
All right, we're back on the A game, and now we get to dive into women's basketball's game over the weekend where they played Texas State. It was a Saturday afternoon loss, 92-50. And the Mountaineers started off the game strong, though, hitting 5 of their first 7 shots, with Nicola Matthews hitting a 3-pointer to give App State the lead with a score of 11-10. The Mountaineers only scored 2 more points in the first quarter, allowing for Texas State to take care of the lead by a score of 24-13. Although Appalachia's defense improved in the second quarter, their offense was not able to close the gap, only scoring 4 points. Texas State offense continued playing strong in the second quarter and the second half, scoring 53 points while App State scored 33. The Mountaineers are looking forward to taking on Coastal Carolina this coming Saturday at 1 p.m., where they hope to get a W. All right, now let's jump into the men's basketball team. And after their loss on Thursday, they got a big win, 3-point win over Texas State on Saturday. Zach Lyon has joined us in studio. He will get to break down the game and what he saw from the Mountaineers on Saturday afternoon when they got that big win over Texas State. That will be after the highlights. Let's jump right into those really fast. It was a 59-56 victory, like I said, 3-point win over Texas State. Senior forward Griffin Kinney paced the Mountaineer offense with a game-high 17 points, and he shot an astounding 86% from the field. Junior guard Ronshot Shabazz also did his part, chipping in 15 points of his own.
After a made jump shot by the Bobcats' Shelby Adams, the Mountaineers' defense stood tall, not allowing the Bobcats to make another shot from the field for the remaining 4 minutes and 32 seconds of the game. Freshman guard Justin Forrest stepped up and hit a huge bucket to put the Black and Gold up 55-54.
And then it was the Bobcats that proceeded to tie the game on a free throw with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go. And senior guard Craig Hinton knocked down a clutch free throw to put App State in front. And the only for the game to be tied again by Texas State at the free throw line, 56 all.
Free throws by Forrest and junior Tyrell Johnson respectively put the Apps ahead 58-56 with 13 seconds left. Kenny then forced Texas State's Nigel Pearson to take contested shot and miss. Then Kenny was fouled grabbing the rebound. He calmly knocked down a free throw to seal the Mountaineer victory.
The Apps defense held Texas State to 41% shooting from the field, while the black and gold offense was steady, shooting 46% from the floor. App State also held a commanding 32-26 advantage on the boards for the three-point victory. We mentioned Griffin Kenny a lot in the highlights, Zach. He played probably his best game of the year, 17 points, 17 rebounds, and the 86% from the field. What did you see from him stepping up, giving the momentum that the team needed to be able to come away with the victory?
Yeah, Griff was he was very efficient Saturday. You know, he's our team leader. Him and Shabazz are our captains. He always brings leadership to the floor. He defended their bigs very well. He rebounded well, and he definitely came up with some clutch shots down the stretch.
Yeah, and exactly what they needed.
So what do you think? Do you think that momentum that Griffin got from Saturday's game, because you know that's got to be a big booster for himself, like a confidence booster, going into the Coastal Carolina game this Saturday? How do you think that's going to help him and the team keep the momentum going for the rest of the season?
Yeah, Coastal's got a really talented team. Even though they're 5-7 right now, they've had a lot of close losses like we have. They've got good bigs, so Griff will have his hands full, but he's more than capable of competing with them and, you know, dominating down low when he's locked in. And I think as a team, you know, like Fox said after the game, we just need to take this stretch of winning a close game. You know, we've lost a lot of close games, and we just need to bring this momentum forward and keep winning.
Let's talk about the bigs for Appalachian State. Griffin played well, but Isaac Johnson and Tyrell Johnson combined for only 7 points. What was it for them that just wasn't working, and how do they fix that going into Saturday?
Offensively, you know, we don't really need Tyrell to do too much on offense sometimes. His main thing is to be a versatile defender. He can guard the 1 through the 5 spot very easily, very well. He's the best defender on our team. And Isaac, you know, he's always the energy guy. He comes in, he gets offensive rebounds left and right. I think he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the Sun Belt right now. Heading forward, same thing with Griff. He's going to have his hands full, so we just need to lock in and be prepared for Coastal.
So you mentioned Coastal Carolina's 5-7. Well, so is App State. This puts them at a chance to go 6-7 on the year, which they're picked to be 11th in the conference at the beginning of the season. So here they are in a good spot right now in the conference play. What's next for this team, though? Big win on Saturday. Got another one coming up again. What is it that they need to build on even more to continue to improve?
Yeah, mentality needs to be one game at a time at this point. You know, it's easy to look ahead and say we can be 6-7, we can be 7-7. We just need to worry about Coastal right now. Get to 6-7, then we have 2 home games against 2 teams that we very easily should have beat on the road. So I think right now just take it one game at a time and let's see what we can do in the next week and a half.
How about the assists for the team? That's one thing that they've been fluctuating up and down all year, but on Saturday, it was Ike Johnson who led the team with only 3 assists and 8 as a team. That, to me, great that you're able to win a game without that, but many times you're not going to win a game with under 10 assists. How do they move the ball more, get more assists on the board, and get that better on the offensive side?
Well, give credit to Texas State's defense. Best defense in the conference right now. They're holding opponents to right at 60 points a game, I believe. So they really take you out of your ball movement, which obviously allows for no assists to be made. I think Coastal will be able to move the ball a little bit more. Their defense isn't as great. They're still a tough team, but you know, O'Shawn and Shabazz are usually our main facilitators, and I think they'll pick it back up against Coastal.
So what's the mindset going into Saturday? You talked a little bit about you know, having to focus on each game at one time. What is the overall mindset of the team after a big win Saturday? You know, you've got another one coming up this weekend. Where are they at right now, and what's their expectation for the rest of the season?
I think right now, like Fox said, after Texas State, we just need to keep growing. We need to take what we did from Texas State, and we need to keep learning from it. We need to realize that we can compete with anybody in this conference. You know, the guys can get down really easy. I think we need to go into Coastal with a mindset of, you know, we really haven't played well overall on the road this season. So I think we should go into Coastal and try to pick up another big road win and carry that into our 2 home games.
All right, well, we'll see if they can do that this coming Saturday against 5-7 Coastal Carolina. So wish you the best of luck on the road. And we'll have you back next week. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So stick around. We've got more wrestling coverage from the weekend and our own A-Game Player of the Week. It's a basketball player, just a tease there. Stay right here on the A-Game.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to the A-Game. The Black and Gold went to Chattanooga on Sunday to claim their third straight Southern Conference championship. Head coach John Mark Bentley said he's proud of his guys for pushing through the match when they were down. Redshirt freshman Cody Russell pinned the reigning Southern Conference champion Angel Nahar won in a 7-5 decision, and Forrest Privich won with a sudden takedown before Chattanooga held a 16-12 lead going into the final two matches. Randall Dibe and Kerry Miller carried the Mountaineers to victory over their opponents, winning 18-16. Privich, Dibe, and Nahar remain undefeated in Southern Conference duels. App will be back at home Thursday to face Duke at 6:30 in Varsity Gym.
Our men's basketball team went 1-1 over the weekend, moving to 8th place in the Sun Belt Conference. With that being said, our A-Game Player of the Week goes to senior forward Griffin Kinney, who on Saturday had those 17 points and 7 rebounds for the Mountaineers.
But before coming to App State, Kinney did play a year at Fork Union Military Academy, and he is now the only remaining member of Coach Fox's original recruiting class.
And this is interesting because he doesn't have any pre-game rituals, but he said since he was in the 5th grade, he has idolized LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So hopefully he can channel that inner LeBron as he continues the rest of the season.
And here at the A-Game, we wish Griffin Kinney and the men's basketball team good luck as they travel to South Carolina Saturday to take on Coastal Carolina.
That's going to do it for this week's episode of the A-Game, but stay with us all week long on Twitter and Facebook for updates on everything Mountaineer sports.
It's going to be a busy week coming up with the wrestling team hosting Duke this Thursday night, and the baseball and softball teams begin their seasons this weekend. All that and more on next week's episode of the A-Game. I'm Ashley Smith.
And I'm Braxton Critcher. For Sam Moore and everybody else on the A-Game staff, we'll see you next week.